So I wanted to read um, James chapter 3 and kind of give a little message on it that I heard semi recently that I really enjoyed, and it may be beneficial to someone out there that could find spiritual growth in what I'm saying. So let's get to it. I'm reading from the King James Version Bible just for awareness. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and able to also bridle the whole body. Behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Behold also the ships, which, though they be so great, and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeneth. Even so the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set of fire of hell. For every kind of beasts, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things of the sea is tamed, and hath been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is truly it is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Therefore bless we God, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude of God. Out of the same mouth proceedeth blessings and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not so to be. Doth a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? Can the fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries, even a vine figs? So can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh. Who is a wise man and endued with knowledge among you? Let him shew out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom. But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, glory not, and lie not against the truth. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, and peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace and them that make peace. So we're talking more of spiritual tongue here. Your the tongue is truly an incredible tool, um, and it's also something that is incredibly important to control. And it's one of those things where we need to yield the fruit of the spirit of self control. And I pray that even myself, and I continue to pray that the fruit of the spirit of self control blossoms more inside me because I sure do need that. But it's so important to control your tongue, control what comes out of your tongue. It's one of those sayings, think before you speak. But there's a reason for that, and it's so important to control what comes out of your tongue. The tongue is such an important tool that must be used to glorify God and not vain babblings, wicked words, evil words about other people, about God, all those things, just be careful. Avoid having your tongue control your life, as seen in verses 3 through 5. Behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Behold also the ships, which they also be so great, are driven by fierce winds, yet they are turned about with a small helm, whatsoever the governor listeth. Even so, the tongue is a little member. I mean, it's such a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. I mean, a little fire can turn into a big problem really quickly. You know, a little fire in a forest can burn down the whole fire or burn down the whole forest. And you know, it's similar to like your tongue. It's a fire. It's a world of iniquity. And the tongue can represent your whole body. What you say can represent what you represent. So I find it important, and from the epistle here from James, control what your tongue says. If you claim to be a Christian, control what your tongue says. Don't say worldly things, but say godly things. You know, I mean, the tongue can no man tame. It is truly evil and full of deadly poison. Full of deadly poison. That's such a powerful thing to say. Deadly poison. You know, if you use your tongue as a tool of destruction, it's full of deadly poison. And it's important to be able to use your tongue to glorify God and bring people to Jesus rather than push them away from Jesus. And, you know, we hear a lot of fierce preaching and all that stuff, and that's really important. I do agree with it. I follow it. I need it as well. But there's also times where you need to be meek and humble and gentle with people. And it's important to approach people with a tongue that is controlled and not unruly. So, you know, we see that it's important to, you know, let him shew out of a good conversation his works with meekness and of wisdom. And, you know, we know that God is the ultimate source of wisdom. And one of the fruits of the Spirit is meekness. So, you know, it's so important to use your tongue to exercise that fruit of the Spirit of meekness and use it to spew out godly wisdom to people in a meek way, in a gentle and calm way. And, you know, I just found, you know, this message really exciting because, you know, the tongue is such an important tool for a Christian, for a child of God. And, you know, and just to end it off here, you know, verse 18, and the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. You know, we must rely on God's wisdom, not our own. And that's one thing I pray, that if someone listens to this, that they would receive God's wisdom. You know, there's so many proverbs out there which contain so all the wisdom of God. And I pray that God speaks to you in some way through this message. If something in this chapter stood out that I didn't say, I'd love to hear about it. And if there's something in here that could be builded off upon, I'd love to hear about it as well. I ask for prayers, and I pray that anyone listening to this message will find it beneficial spiritually, and that they could grow and that they would learn from what the Holy Spirit has revealed to me. And I pray that this message would touch someone in that way. So, yeah, that's the message that I want to present from James 3. And I hope whoever watches this has a great day.